Hi there. So today we're going over some tips for summer living. Most of us are using essential oils now, and essential oils are certainly a big part of my everyday health regimen. But one thing you need to know is certain oils can be photosensitive. Simply what that means is they can increase your risk of getting a sunburn. So it's really important to be aware of where you're using your essential oils and if that part of your body is getting any direct sunlight. How you know which oils are affected is by simply reading the label. So if you read the label, it'll say, for example, avoid direct sunlight or UV rays for up to 12 hours after applying product. So this is abundance. Joy is also one. Gentle Baby is one. Specifically, a lot of the citrus oils have this caution. The other thing that I'd like to talk about is what kind of sunscreen are you using? Are you using the ones that are being banned in Hawaii because they're actually poisoning the ocean? If sunscreens can poison the ocean and the coral reefs, what can they do to our body? So make sure that you're using a sunscreen that not only is effective, but actually can help promote health, not take away from your health. The Young Living product that I use for this is the Mineral Sunscreen Lotion, and they just launched a 50 SPF sunscreen lotion. They also have a 10 if you prefer a 10 SPF. The difference between these sunscreens and others is that this particular sunscreen is a mineral sunscreen, so it creates a barrier to protect our skin from the UV light. When you use those other commercially branded ones, it's a chemical sunscreen, okay? And so these are the chemicals that are basically leaching into our ocean and creating an issue. When you're using a mineral sunscreen, it's really important as you put it on to wait about 30 minutes before you get into direct sunlight. You should also reapply about every 80 minutes. And if you go into the water, you should reapply after you are out of the water. Because they are not waterproof, they are water resistant. Lastly, take a look at your insect repellent. Is it filled with DEET? Is it filled with chemicals that are going to compromise your health? If you'd like a better solution, I personally use with my family the insect repellent made by Young Living. It's super uber effective, and not only will it not compromise your health, but it'll actually support your health. So there's some tips for summer living. I hope you guys have a beautiful summer, and until next time, bye. Hi there. A study came out on April 30th following 30,000 individuals. And what they found is those who suffered with chronic anxiety eventually suffered with early neurodegeneration or Alzheimer's. We know that having chronic anxiety can lead to inflammation. Systemic inflammation can create an environment that speeds up neurodegeneration. To reduce anxiety, one of the tools that I use is something called neurofeedback. So neurofeedback is simply a brain training to move your brainwave patterns from these fast brain waves that are associated with chronic anxiety to a lower or regulated brainwave pattern. It's normal all day to shift up and down depending on what we're doing, right? If we want to focus or concentrate on something, we want our brain sped up. But when it's time to go to sleep, we want to be able to turn down that volume and move down into the lower brainwave patterns. If we get stuck in these higher brainwave patterns, it can lead to things like rumination, going over and over things in our brain, or not being able to sleep, or having some OCD, or having some chronic anxiety. Now that we know clearly the correlation between chronic anxiety and early neurodegeneration, this is something that really needs to be addressed. It's so important to not allow yourself to live in this state of chronic anxiety. There is help out there. Neurofeedback could be a viable solution for you. The way to start is to come in to get a QEEG, which is a full brain map. And this map will give us the information to see whether or not you'd be a candidate to see if, yes, you have chronic anxiety and you're stuck in that higher brainwave pattern, the neurofeedback could be helpful. Hope that answers your questions. If you have any other questions, just comment below and I'll be happy to answer. Thanks again and have a great night.